Assistant Secretary General Miroslav Jenča today, 22 September, told the Security Council that a series of recent incidents, including Russian fighter jets purportedly breaching Estonia's airspace last week, further underscore the already high tensions that endanger European security, and stressed that violations of sovereign countries' airspace are unacceptable. Jenča urged all concerned to act responsibly, to use all available channels, and to take immediate steps to de-escalate tensions and prevent further risks to regional security. He said, "The world simply cannot afford such danger to spiral out of control and for the devastating war in Ukraine to further escalate and expand." On the Ukraine war, Jenča said the continuing trend of intensifying widespread attacks once again underscores the need to build on recent initiatives for diplomatic efforts towards peace before the situation reaches even more dangerous levels. He called for a full, immediate, and unconditional ceasefire to pave the way for a just, lasting, and comprehensive peace in Ukraine, in line with the UN Charter, international law, and relevant UN resolutions. Russian Ambassador Dmitry Polyansky told the Council that any events are immediately interpreted through an anti-Russian prism and said Russia is being branded all sorts of things portrayed as an enemy, not even going to the trouble in principle of using facts or evidence. When these assertions turn out to be false, no one even thinks about apologizing for spreading such blatant lies. The Russian ambassador said, "Our neighbors have now imagined that Russia is at fault for an incursion into Estonian airspace. As always, there is no proof except the rise of phobic hysteria coming from Tallinn, which our Estonian colleague will wax lyrical about a little bit later." As for the facts prove that on the 19th of September, 3 Russian MiG-31 fighter jets conducted a planned flight from Karelia to an airbase in Kaliningrad Oblast, carried out in strict accordance with international airspace use rules. The Russian aircraft did not stray from the agreed route, nor did they cross into Estonian airspace. The trajectory of their flight was over the neutral waters of the Baltic Sea, over 3 kilometers from the island of Vailimaa. Flight recorder data confirmed this. The new United States Ambassador Mike Waltz, in his first intervention council, said the U.S. stands by our NATO allies in the face of these airspace violations, and emphasized that the United States and our allies will defend every inch of NATO territory. Waltz said Russia must urgently stop this dangerous behavior. At a time when President Trump in the United States has been focused and spent an enormous amount of time and effort to end this horrific war between Russia and Ukraine, we expect Russia to seek ways to de-escalate, not risk expansion. Estonian Foreign Minister Margus Tsahkna told the Council that on 19 September 2025, 3 armed Russian MiG-31 fighter jets deliberately entered Estonian airspace in violation of our territorial integrity. They remained in our skies for 12 minutes, penetrating up to 10 kilometers deep and covering nearly 100 kilometers inside our sovereign territory. Tsahkna said these are the hard facts based on solid evidence, whatever Russia is claiming. He said violation is crystal clear and Russia is lying again, as it has been lied before several times. We remember the occupation of Georgia, 2008, 2014 Crimea, 2022 aggression against Ukraine started, so please don't lie again. For her part, the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy and Vice President of the European Commission, Kaja Kallas, said, "It cannot be that Russia accidentally violates 3 times in 2 weeks European airspace. And if it was accidentally, was a mistake, there has been plenty of time for Russian Federation to apologize and say, 'Sorry, we made a mistake.'" Kallas said, "We see a pattern. Russia is testing European borders, probing our resolve, undermining the security of the whole of Europe, adding that Russia will continue to provoke as long as we allow it." Flanked by a large group of ambassadors and other country representatives, the Estonian foreign minister spoke to reporters before the council meeting. He said Russia's reckless actions represent not only a breach of international law, but also a step in destabilizing escalation that brings the entire region closer to conflict. That at any time in recent years such a provocation is profoundly disrespectful towards the collective and tireless efforts of the international community to bring an end to the Russia-Ukraine war and to restore peace and stability in accordance with international law.